Good morning, welcome to day 24. The sun's just coming up above the mountains over there. We're getting ready to leave Lodève. Actually, we've already left, but this is still the town. You can see the church, well, cathedral right there in the background. Today is either going to be 27 or 19. We haven't quite decided yet. We start with a big climb no matter what. There's like 9 kilometers to go up. I don't remember. It's a lot. It's like twice yesterday. Maybe 2,000 feet. I mean, for us, it's a lot. It's not quite Saint Jean Pied de Port, but based on what we've done so far, it's a lot. And to start the day that way, yeah, well, we'll see what happens after 9 kilometers. We have a choice to go 2 different directions. I know I already said that. I don't know if either one's better than the other, except for the distance. But we'll see how we feel when we get there. We remembered to pack some food today, just in case we don't see anything. Because yeah, when we don't have food and we get hungry, it's terrible. So yeah, we're going uphill pretty good, but we're on what appears to be an old Roman road, which is not surprising because this is the Via Tolasana and it goes to Rome as well. So yeah, there you have it. We've been on a lot of old Roman roads from the appearances of them. Now that I've learned to kind of see what they are. I mean, with the walls sometimes, and there's so many rocks. You know, the ground around here doesn't really have that many rocks. At least not as many as are in the trail. Now, of course, you know, water can bring those rocks down, but the Roman roads were also made out of lots of rocks. So there's a good chance that we're just walking on old pieces of the road that have washed away, because plenty's washed away down there. Look at all that. Whew, no view yet, but we're getting up there. Taking a number 4 shot. We're up and out of the woods now. And wow, quite a view. Look at that water. I have no idea what that is. And I have to look that one up again too, but yeah, it's beautiful. And the sun's blazing though, but we got this great breeze going on. So hope that keeps up for the next 2 miles. 2 hours into our day, we're basically at the highest point we're going to be. It's like 1,900 feet. It wasn't quite 2,000. Whew. But yeah, it's a very nice view. Anyway, we've come to our split. As you can see, one JR, the 653, which is the one we're technically on, is going to the right, and then the other one is the JR7, which is going to the Chapelle Saint-Amand. So we want to see the Chapelle Saint-Amand. We're going to go this way, but now we got to pay attention because we're on a different trail. The waymarks will be the same for a little bit, and then we're going to be on a local trail. So yeah, today's going to be an adventure because we're taking the alternative in the hopes that it's a little shorter, and yeah, by about 9 kilometers. And it also said that from one of the peaks we could get a view of the Mediterranean, and we haven't seen that in a few days, weeks, whatever it's been. And there's 2 chapels on the way. The first, the Chapelle Saint-Amand. So yeah, we're off this way. Not quite at the chapel yet, but another amazing view of mountains in the background, which we know we're gonna have to go over at some point. Yeah, tomorrow, the next day. It's gonna be great. Today's adventure has now truly begun because we're on this really, really tiny path. It's similar to some type of Camino paths, but somewhere down in the midst of all of that, this path goes and there's a chapel. So when we get there, we're probably gonna take a break because it's been 2.5 hours now. And we should put on some sunscreen, unless we're staying in the shade, because that looks like an awful lot of shade to me. So these are our waymarks now. We got the cardinal and gold and the gold. So cardinal and gold sounds good to us, but we've learned what those mean. We've known before, but the white and red that we follow are the Grand Randonnée, and they cross country borders. The yellow and gold are regional randonnée that I guess technically could cross borders, but I don't think they do. I think they're mostly in France, but Rob could be wrong. And the other one is just a local trail. Like, this is a loop. Like, you could walk this loop, backpack this loop, and see a couple chapels, though we haven't seen the chapel yet. I thought we would have been there by now, but if we don't see it soon, well, we don't have time to look for it because right now we don't have cell service, so we have no other things to go on except for the map we have downloaded, which thank goodness we do. Well, it wouldn't be a Camino without Rob experiencing an electric fence. Luckily, we didn't run into it this time. We saw it, and we saw the big sign, and ooh, look at those insulators. I wonder if they're worth anything. So this trail is quite narrow, and thankfully not very slippery because it's a little tilted down to our left, so it's not the best for walking, but it's fine. We're doing okay. We haven't seen a chapel, and we certainly haven't seen the Mediterranean Sea from any peak we were on, so we're 0 for 2 so far. Hopefully the next chapel, Chapel Notre Dame, or Chapelle de Notre Dame, something like that. Hopefully that one is going to be on this loop, because clearly this loop was about those 2 chapels, at least for people that are just doing the loop. And for those of us doing the Camino, it was an alternate way to go by a couple old chapels. That's what we wanted. But at least we're getting a nice walk through the woods. We're following this lovely stream down the mountain. And this is our second crossing. We didn't show you the first, it was a little precarious. This one's a little precarious, true, but you know, it's not very deep. It's not like the Camino where they have, you know, bridges and stuff for us. So we just have to pick rocks and hope we don't get too wet. Like somebody put rocks here. So let's try some of those. Yeah, might get a little wet. Ooh, yeah, it's a little slippery. Ooh, yep, wet. That's all right. Not too much. And now we're on this side of the river, or a stream, or whatever you want to call it. And we're gonna have to cross it 2 more times, but we're going the right way because I see the yellow mark. I know I'm not showing you a lot right now, but according to our map and our GPS, which is working even though the cell service isn't, thank goodness for GPS, is there's a cave back there somewhere. I mean, unfortunately we are now high up and on the wrong side of the stream to go look for it. And we haven't seen, you know, any trails that head that way. We're still on this rocky one that keeps crossing back and forth across the stream that we haven't crossed probably in a good 15 minutes. So who knows, maybe there's a trail on the other side. My map doesn't show it. We have time for a cave if we can find the trail to it, but at this point, yeah, we're not going to be sliding down any hills just to look for a cave. But it's nice out there still. Glad we're in the shade. Still looks like we're going towards the Chapel Notre Dame de Nise. Is that a Z? Yeah, it's a Z. And the Fontaine des Yeux, so Fountain of the Eyes. I wonder if that means it's going to be good for my eyes. I just used the stream on my feet a little bit. It was nice. It was really nice and cool. And actually saw a couple of other people hiking. And from the looks of it, there's the cardinal and gold marking that we want. And even though there's a yellow X now, I think we're good. So it looks like we're going to get the Chapelle Notre Dame de Nise. 1 out of 3 isn't bad. 1 chapel out of 2. Still no Mediterranean, but looks pretty old. Well, not that part, but that part looks way old. Guessing we're not going to be able to go inside, but we'll get as close to it as we can. Check it out. So we also decided to come out and check out the Fontaine des Yeux. Not really sure, but all of the, yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's what they wipe their eyes. I have no idea. All these handkerchiefs hanging everywhere. And, oh, well, there it is. Look at that. I guess I'm going to take some water and put it on my eyes because it's all I can think of to do. Looks like we'll be staying in another nice, quiet little town here in the middle of the mountains. Whew. Hopefully I can get a beer though, because I know it's only like 11:30, but yeah, I can use a beer. Nice stream. Oh, that's cool. Oh, look at that up there. Oh, I didn't see that. Yeah, that's awesome. So we have now checked in. Had to wait a little while. Had a couple of beers. It was good. Our 2 other French amis are here, Bernard and Frédéric. Yeah, not Nicolas. Nicolas is a French ami too. The Chateau de Lunas, I'm going to guess, is that place right there. It looks pretty cool. We're gonna walk around a little bit. The place isn't very big, but they have some neat buildings like that one. And of course, not far from there, as we look down the river or stream. I'm sure it's a river, but I shouldn't say I'm sure. Church. Nice looking. It's really bright right now. Woo. We'll head over there and check it out too. Neat little place. Lunas. Donc aujourd'hui est un jour férié, which we didn't know it was a holiday. It's Ascension Day, something we don't particularly, follow in America. The day that Jesus went to heaven after being resurrected. So everything's closed. The Office of Tourism right here is closed, but it's a neat old building. But yeah, here it's a holiday weekend, which is why tomorrow night we had to pay like 60 euros to find a place to stay. Because yeah, everything in the next town is totally booked. We were very, very fortunate to find the place we have tonight. But yeah, tomorrow and all weekend. Well, tomorrow's the worst day. It's definitely a holiday weekend. I don't know why I'm showing you all this, because it's just the town and that's the whole thing. And well, you saw it. It was just a reason for me to, walk around and say stuff. I don't even think the church is open right now either, but we can walk up and see. I would say no. The door looks closed. Yep, closed. So maybe it's just me, but I mean, today is a holiday. And it says it's closed on holidays in French as well as English as well as Spanish. Yep, that's Spanish, Rob. Which is strange because holidays are days that people do want to go out and check things out. So we did see a bunch of people hiking that loop trail we were on, even though we didn't do the loop. I'm assuming they were doing the loop. But holidays is the day you need the tourist office open, I would think. Unless you really don't want tourists. Not judging. It is France and it is beautiful. But yeah, even Frederick was trying to find out what there is to see around here, because there's not a lot. But when he went to the Office of Tourism, he said it was closed. And yeah, he's right. It's closed. All right, you've seen this view. You've seen this bridge. Oh, well, you haven't seen the look over here, so we'll give it to you down the river. And then we'll probably head back for another beer, because you can never have enough beer, right? Yeah. Never have enough beer. Sun is blazing. It's probably going to be the last thing you get today until we have another beer.